Hi guys, and welcome back to a midweek trio. You've seen the title. This is a bit of an update on the 89. Furthermore on that really, I've gone quiet for a few weeks, and well, probably longer than a few weeks really, and I can update you about that hopefully towards the end of the week. There's various things happening and it's not good, it's not a good thing, but I'm still here, that's the main thing. Yeah, I can update you more. I don't want to put it all across social media until everything's signed, sealed and delivered, because I think it affects things and stuff like that. So more on that towards the end of the week. I promise I'll try and get a video out ready for that. As heartbreaking as it's probably going to be to make it, I will. The 89 is in primer. So the 89 is not only in primer, it's been sanded to damn near bare metal, then epoxied, then high build. And I think I've got a straight car. So let me kind of have a few minutes now just talking to you about that, showing you what I have and haven't done. And I've basically spent not far off 2 weeks working on this car because I am so unhappy. We started to prep it. You check back, Tony and Matt were there. We started to prep it and I just got so annoyed with what I was finding. I felt like my skills have improved. This car is basically welded up well over, getting on for 3 years ago before we done anything with it. It's coming here and I've done nothing with it. Yeah, and I started to DA it and I said, lads, right, stop. And I'll run through now what I've had to do to sort it out and to get it somewhere I want it. Basically, it's involved everything back off the car and yeah, loads of rectification jobs. But I think I've saved it. I think. I'll show you why. Right, so I will do my best to show you what I have and haven't done. So the underside's obviously red, you know it was red, albeit this has been completely repainted, and I'll get into reasons why. Engine bay, I wasn't happy with it. We started prepping it. I'd done a little repair down there recently. Was it recently? Might have done it. I think it was when it was parts over there. Yes, did a little repair down there. That's sanded back. Now you just kind of got the factory divots, and you kind of want to leave all that. In my eyes, it's over restoring the car, trying to get rid of all the factory pressings and stuff. So, and then there was a little bit of corrosion that I kind of found up here. Wasn't happy with that at all. And as you can see, the bulkhead is a lot cleaner and tidier now. There was actually corrosion behind this, which I wasn't happy with, so that's come off and gone back on. Yeah, there's things like that. Round here, where I repaired the bottom of this, and it's all, I wasn't happy with any of that. And as you can see, it's a lot smoother now, looking a lot nicer. Behind here, yep, you know it, found rust, so I've sorted that out. Front end, I've tweaked it a little bit. I wasn't at all happy with all my welds and stuff up here, so there's still a little bit of sealer there, which I'll get onto that in a minute. I'm not very impressed with the products I've been using. It's a bit better this side, but as you can see, it now looks really nice. The bonnet was fouling on my welds and I just wasn't happy with it. Plug welding's good, but you need to be able to get it nice and flat. Little things like this, like I've tried finishing this panel off a little bit more and stuff like that. So I think we ain't a million miles off. There's, like I say, I've primed the car and then I've blown in the underside of it. So that's why you can see bits of red everywhere. This side, I'd done a rear quarter on it. This is the side I did a quarter on it. And it met fine, to be fair, but I wasn't happy with all these welds down there. So I've literally gone along, smoothed, cleaned everything out. The car's gonna run a trim down the side. So I wanted it really nice and flat. This doorstep, Tony noticed it, is a pattern doorstep, or was a pattern doorstep. It's now a heritage one. Yeah, it pissed me off, to be frank. It's not a very good pressing, but now it steps down really nicely and looks as it should. Inside of the car, you're all gonna hate me because you just is what it is. I've stone chipped the inside of the car. I did with the Budget Clubman, and I have done with the sidewalk. It's another layer of rubber. Yes, you can jump in the jokes down there. Another layer of rubber. In my eyes, the underside is stone chipped and obviously painted, and the inside is gonna get stone chipped and painted, then sanded on top. There's another layer of rubber. Also, you're like inside the car, you're moving with your feet and stuff like that. You can just scratch and wear the paint away. So it's just another layer, and I've driven the Budget Clubman now, and I've obviously driven my sidewalk for 6 years, and it makes a hell of a difference. Trust me, it really does. It's well worth it. Stone chip's not expensive, so it's another rubberized thing. Just something I do. I'm not telling you all to do it. It's just something I like to do. It's not OEM. There is nothing OEM left about this car, let me tell you that. I think we've got the top halves of both bulkheads. The rest of it's been completely replaced. So let's get on to the other bits I've done. So on this side, this is the side that had the rear quarter repair section and a section put in there, and it was all bodged together really in my eyes. It just wasn't right. I was not happy with it. And I don't know why I put a quarter on that side and didn't put a quarter on this side, but it's a quarter on this side now. And as you can see, I spent a lot of time tidying all this up. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. It is really nice to kind of see everything in one go. I fitted these back in, and what I've done is sealed round them and then painted them in situ. They're going to get masked back off and painted black, but in my eyes they're all nicely sealed because water can get in under these. I've noticed that. Even though this is a new floor, it's still one of them things. I forgot to weld up the drain plug holes, so I found some OEM drain plugs, put them, they've been stone chipped over. Yeah, not pretty. So I'm a lot happier with it. And obviously, in turn, this is my wife's car. I can sleep at night knowing that it's right. It really was stressing me right out. And then when we started prepping it, it just hit me a bit harder that it was put together, started to get put together nearly 4 years ago before I had the channel. Then I've been filming for about 3 years, and we've done bits and pieces on the channel. And I've learned a lot. I really, really have, guys. And my skills have improved, and my eye for things has improved. That's proven just by doing the budget Clubman. Was 10 times that shell, 10 times it. And now this shell, I think, is actually getting up there to be better than it. I think I put so much work into this now that I am genuinely quite happy with it. Yeah, part and parcel, learnt a lot. Now we're gonna get onto your questions. I've just sent Mrs. S, she's away working abroad at the moment. 2 weeks of my life, I probably won't get back, but I'm between jobs. I can go home now and I can go hit that pillow, not going, that car isn't right. Because I think if you flatted that, put some paint on it, I think it'd be very, very hard push to find a dent in it. I've spent so long sanding this blooming thing. I'm so much happy with it. Guess what though? I've still got to do all the doors, the boot, the bonnet. Winner, as you can see, they're all still down there. I'm gonna shut up. Let's get on to your questions. Midweek Trio, guys, is 3 of the viewers' questions, and we're gonna get on with it. And once again, thank you very much for your questions. Before I get started, if you've got anything you want to ask me, drop it in the comments below, and I'll save it for the next coming weeks. Or email me on Instagram or whatever you feel comfortable with. I'd like to hear from you, so please do that. Right, 3 questions. I'm gonna go sit down. Before I sit down, I can't sit down. My chair's gone. Well, that one is, but that's Mrs. S's project. We need to get some cars out of here. So, right, as I can't find anywhere to sit down, there is a little chair in that corner somewhere, but no. First question is Phil Tucker. The workshop, is it ever going to get finished? Is it ever going to get cladded? I don't think so, to be honest. It's something I asked when I first got the place. It's kind of all been done all around, and then he's not done the top, but that's all insulation, you see. So it's not actually, I mean, it's cold in here, it's an old workshop, but it's not as cold as you think. It is actually insulated in here. Like in the summer it is too hot. But it's, yeah, I've just noticed there's one coming down over there as well. It's only Matt's car, don't worry about it. Not put a dent in the 89 again. Right, no, Phil, thank you for your question. People have asked this before. I don't think so, to be honest. It's not my building, I'm not going to spend the time or money on it. And I think it's all reclaimed wood, so I think the farmer is doing work around on other buildings here, so I think it's something he said he wanted to finish. I just don't think it has been finished. So thank you for your question. The answer is no, it looks a mess, but yeah, it should really be finished, shouldn't it? It would annoy me, but it's, like I say, it's not my building. I'm not about to get there and start hammering bits of wood in. So yeah, catch you next one. Next question is from Gamer Whip Up. You've asked a few questions as well, so thank you very much for supporting the channel and kind of taking part in this. What do I think to you, Les? I've got to be nice, I'm on camera. No, my frank opinion is, I get it. I get that the reason why they're trying to do it, you know, clean air and all that sort of stuff. I personally think it's all a bit half-assed, I think. And they're penalising people that just simply cannot afford a newer car or an electric car or whatever. I think it's just another way. It is another way for the government to basically cash in, isn't it? And unfortunately, that is the way of the world. I don't like the fact that cars are kind of like, say, big city areas and stuff like that have to pay, or they're not allowed, or whatever. I don't know what the rules are really in all the places, so I'm not about to get into that. But one thing I do think is quite good, there's a lot of cars in the south of England, mainly London is the biggest ULEZ area, others are following, that are being sold, really, really nice cars, you know, like your 90s cool cars and stuff like that, because people don't want to pay the daily charge, so they're forced to that corner to go and buy another car. Now that's where people like us YouTubers, and you guys, you petrol heads, you should be snapping up some really cool cars, because if you don't live near a city, why not enjoy a car? Get one of them bucket list cars for a fraction of the cost. So ULEZ is rubbish in my eyes. I get it right, but I do think it's a bit rubbish. We've got a Cooper S, Mini Clubman. You saw it in one of the videos when I did comparison. That's actually compliant and stuff like that. That's actually okay. Even though it's a Cooper S, it makes no sense. But in the main city, it does get picked up on it, but in the outer rings and stuff, it's fine. We never go main cities and stuff like that. So it's mad to think that's a 2-litre turbo car, petrol, and it's fine. But the 95 sidewalk, because it's a 95, would have to pay. And then I think historic cars are okay. This is the whole thing we went about London to Brighton as well. So we can have a whole conversation on this, that the tax exempt vehicles would be fine to do it without a daily charge. Everyone else has got to pay a daily charge. It's hard, it's very hard. But yeah, what do we all think about it? I personally think I understand why, like I say, but also snap up them cheap cars, guys. So I'll say no more about it. So we'll have a quick break from the questions. Remember to go and check out our sponsors, Minimine. There's a discount code on the screen now for 10% off when you spend £15 or more on their eBay shop. So go and check that out. I bought quite a few bits for the 89 because obviously I've had subframes on and off, stuff moving around, so new nuts, bolts, fixings, easy. Just click and buy. Awesome company, awesome service. And yeah, you literally click and you get it the next day. Winner. Frost Restoration. I don't know how fast the delivery is because I always go and collect everything, but I think they're pretty good, aren't they? Yeah, they're pretty good. They're a good company as well. There's a discount code for you in the description as well. So you're like tools, consumables, all your bits and pieces like that. I've got this. You know, that's empty. I'm gonna have to get some more soon. Yeah, good company, guys. So go check them both out. Right, next to the last question now. And the third and final question is from Ian Ewell. I think I've got your surname right. I'm no good with names. It's basically what filming software, what do I use to do videos, cameras, equipment, stuff like that. Me, one of my goals for the channel was I wouldn't buy a camera, wouldn't invest until I hit 1,000 subscribers. We're now at 10,000, but it's been a long slog to that, so thank you all for that. I filmed everything with my phone, so I had an old iPhone at the time, and I said I'll treat myself when I get that. So for my 30th, Mrs. S and some family members chipped in, and I got a GoPro Hero 8. That is, you probably noticed a few videos a little bit damaged, it's been knocked about and stuff like that. I do need another camera, really. But I film almost action stuff, like with the cars and welding and stuff like that, is with the GoPro normally, all of that kind of stuff. But right now I'm filming on the latest iPhone, so I use kind of both, I guess. I like to use both of them. It depends where I am. Like if I'm at a car show, I don't want to be walking around with a camera sometimes. I just get my phone out and I'll do little bits and pieces. I do think the phone's a lot easier. It's a lot more user-friendly. And I used to use a software on Apple stuff called iMovie. That's quite good if you've got an iPhone. If you just want to do really quick, throw all your clips together, throw a video out there. That's how I used to do everything. So I used to film off an iPhone and edit on an iPhone. That's how I used to do it. But now I use various softwares. The main one I use is Premiere Pro. So Adobe Premiere Pro, I quite like that. It's really hard to use, I think. I'm not a computer kind of guy like that. I'm getting there, I think I'm getting there. You're noticing I'm trying different things with videos. It all takes a lot of time and practice and energy to do that. So you guys might see me, say for argument's sake, the video on James's car that last came out. That was 2 days worth of work, really, like on and off. And then there was a good few hours editing and uploading. So it takes a lot of time, and it does, but I really enjoy it. I'm not knocking it. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Really, I'd like a nice DSLR or something like that, but I do so much like action stuff, as in dirty work. The GoPro is absolutely fine. It's got a microphone strapped to it as well, so it helps with audio. Phone sometimes can be a bit funny. I found the iPhone to be okay, so let me know. But really, the next stage for me is I'd like a microphone, a couple of microphones. Number one, I noticed that I watch a lot of YouTubers that use them and their audio is awesome. but also like when you're not facing the camera. So I noticed it a lot when we did the Stagia. I was facing the road, obviously I was driving, and I could have done with a microphone when Matt was filming me in the back. Things like that. So microphone's the next thing on my list. But if you're starting a YouTube channel or anything like that, do it. It's the most rewarding thing in the world. It really, really is. It's hard. Don't get me wrong. It's hard work sometimes. You feel very, very driven, and I'm quite a driven person anyway. But definitely do it. If it's not for you, it's not for you. I don't even like my picture taken, and I do this now. And I love it. I love the community we've created, and it kind of pushes me a little bit. Like I say, I wouldn't have bothered spending 2 weeks on that. Well, I would have done. It's my wife's car, but I didn't film any of it because I was doing so much rectification work. This is why I thought I'd do it as a midweek trio. It would have been hard to film. I needed another 4 pairs of hands, and yeah, but we're there. I'm staring at it now, and I'm so much happier with it, the quarter panel and stuff like that. So, right, that I think brings this video to a close. Thank you very much for your questions. Remember, drop your comments and everything, all your questions below if you want you to be featured next week. And yeah, there'll be a video out at the end of the week explaining. Some people saw my Instagram story. I just want to say something. I was feeling like absolute crap, to be honest. I'm still not right now. But like I say, I worked for the government long time ago, and I understand that if you splash all this stuff over social media, there's legalities and stuff involved. It can really affect what's going on. So I just want it to be closed. Once I get that confirmation, I'll talk to you guys and I'll film it. I'm just thinking about it now. It's not going to be an easy video. But yeah, I'm safe and I'm happy, and that's what matters. Well, I wouldn't say I'm happy right now, but yeah, I'm safe and I'm alive. So you can probably gather what's happened if you can put 2 and 2 together. I play with cars and something's happened. Yeah, catch you next one, guys. Thank you very much. I just wanted to say a big thank you. We hit 10K. I'm planning a giveaway. I'm planning something big. I'd love to get another project in the workshop for you guys for 10K. Something a bit exciting. Jackman had a few good ideas. Matt's had a few good ideas. But in all honesty, I've got so many deadlines, starting a new job, looking to buy a house. If it was a project for 10K, it would need to be cheap as chips and fly out the door pretty quickly. So I'll try and do a giveaway. I'll do something. I've got to give back, and we'll go from there. So I love you all. Thank you very much for watching this kind of longer than 10 minutes midweek trio. I hope you can accept that I just wanted to crack on with the 89, and yeah, there's a lot going on in the background, and hopefully I need to have some conversations now, because I'd love to get this car in paint and back home so we can build it over the winter, because that would be awesome. That would be absolutely awesome. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Catch you next one.